How to heal your Lemurian Atlantean past life wounds. Hi everyone, it's Tiffany here. In today's teaching video, I wanted to speak more on how to heal your past lives in specific to the Lemurian Atlantean era. In my previous teachings videos, I've shared with you guys how to access the Akashic Records. You can watch this video, 5 ways to access the Akashic Records, my playlist, how to channel, and also how to activate your spiritual gifts through connecting with your multidimensional selves, starseed selves, and beyond. So in this video, let's talk a little bit more about healing those past life blockages. And as a full-time spiritual healer, what I've been noticing lately quite often is that many of us, starseeds, earth angels, light workers, are processing, healing, and releasing past life blockages that brings them back to their Lemurian or Atlantean self. Now, everyone's Akashic record is different. You have had a different body, different consciousness in your Atlantean and Lemurian lifetime, and you can have more than one lifetime in Lemuria. So keeping in mind that don't limit yourself into one lifetime. There might be 1 or 2 more lifetimes that you have had in these eras. We have to think these eras spans for thousands of years. And from my channeling and learning with other beautiful clients and students, what I've learned is that back then we lived for a very long time. We were seeded by star beings such as Arcturians, Pleiadians, and our original template was such that we have more spiritual awareness, gifts, and we have a longer lifespan. And so everything is a little bit different back in the Lemurian Atlantean lifetime. And it's important to remember these as you go back and channel your Akashic records of yourself in Lemuria, Mu, or Atlantis, and beyond. So there are 3 things that I want to cover today. The first one is these healings that we are being called to do. They are really having to do with the ending of an era. It has to do with healing timelines. So right now, right, we are ending this one age and entering the age of Aquarius. And so now where we are vibrationally, energetically, really mirrors where we have been when Lemuria was descending, when Atlantis was descending. So when there is blockages that needs to be healed, our higher selves and energetic body activates these karma for us to heal and release. And remember to not think of karma like it is a punishment. Karma to me is a wheel of energy that have gained momentum. And karma can be transformed, it can be stopped through love, through forgiveness, through healing and self-awareness. And so what I've been seeing a lot of this is as timeline is ending, jobs are coming to an end, relationships, friendships that no longer brings you and aligns you into this higher timeline are being shown to you. And it can be a very difficult time for many of us, right? As friends that you would have known for a long time, all of a sudden, right? Based on different points of views about what's going on in the world right now, are drifting apart. And then there are jobs where you have been at for maybe a decade coming to an end. So many of us right now are basically being thrown into this gigantic hurricane. Everything is being uprooted. Well, not everything, but some stuff. Some stuff is being uprooted so that we can see, okay, what is it that we really want to bring into our new vibration, into our new reality, or the new earth. Some people call it 5D earth. And so it is normal as we're going through these cycles that there are some endings, and you will be tested. You'll be tested in a way that, have you completed your soul lessons? Have you completed your mission? Many of starseeds that I've talked to, they know that they're here for a big purpose, and you will feel this urge arising. And this is the time to start focusing and investing more time and energy into that purpose. And that purpose might not have to do with this grand big thing, right? With some of you guys, your purpose might have to do with incorporating energy healing into your daily lives. Your purpose may have to do with, right, introducing meditation to the corporate world. So every one of you have a different purpose, and it's important for you to give yourself permission to explore, give yourself permission to talk to your guides and gain more clarity on, okay, what am I really here to do, right? If, let's say, you know, in the next 5 years, what do I see myself doing? Am I still being stuck in this 9 to 5, or am I building a business on the side that I feel aligned to where I want to be? And so it's okay during this time to go through this upheaval. You're not being punished. You're not being crucified. It is important to now let yourself experience this better lifetime, this better reality. So timelines are being healed. And in my previous videos, I've talked about how past life healing, our future selves help us heal ourselves right now, help our past life self heal. So to our past life self, we might be the guardian angels that are helping them. And to our future selves, right? They are doing the past life regression or past life healing. So we need to look at time in a more malleable manner, no longer just one linear lifetime after another, but a multi-dimensional holographic form of our soul. Our cash stores the soul wisdom. And so what I've been seeing is that even lately when we're doing past life healing, guides and Ascended Master have been like extra helpful, right? We are being approved to shift timeline. So in the past timeline, if this happened, oftentimes your higher self and your guides will let you shift timeline. And so that's very important because it means that we are literally morphing this hologram of our consciousness and shifting our perspective, shifting our vibration. And so it's instead of like before in 3D, this hologram has been very stuck, has been very dense. Now that we are moving into a higher vibration, this hologram is more softer, more malleable. And that's good news for us because it means that healing happens much faster. Your DNA upgrades happen much quicker. You integrate spiritual wisdom quicker. You activate your spiritual skills and abilities faster. So all in all, it's a good thing. But when you are not grounded, it can feel like you're in the middle of a storm. The storm element is good. Humanity on the collective have been very stuck for a long time. We need the storm element to, shift things up, right? So although it is painful at times when you're going through these timeline shifts, healing and integration, do know that it will become better. Better things is coming for you. God is loving. The universe is here to support you. So that's one. And then the second part that I want to share with you today in regards to healing our Lemurian and Atlantean lifetimes is that we are breaking through these reptilian programming, which some of us call the matrix. And this is very important because many of us here is here to create a new earth. At the end of the day, who really matters is the children, the women and men that have been trafficked by the elites, by the deep state. We have known this for a very long time. This goes beyond Atlantis. This goes into like the galactic history. And through our past life reading, I realized that many of us have started this conflict since like Lyran lifetimes. Like this goes deep. This goes really old and ancient. This force of light and darkness in this universe that exists a very long time. Venus went through their own ascension. The Pleiades went through their own ascension. We have all gone through these layers of ascension. And so this is not the first time you're on this. The best word to describe this is battlefield. We are here because we have a really experienced galactic resume. We're here to be the healers, teachers, grid masters, portal makers, light keepers, right? So many different archetypes and energies that we can express our gifts. And so it's important for us to now realize that, you know what? This is not the first time we've done this. We have been successful before on the Pleiades, on Arcturus. This is another planet that we are liberating as a team together. And so the dark forces, the thing is, they have been very organized, right? Since the Atlantean time on Earth. Like, they've been planning this for a very long time. So it's important for us now to become more organized as Lemurians, Atlanteans, and Starseeds. And what I mean by that is, as you begin to awaken your Akashic remembrance of Lemuria, of Atlantis, of your starseed self, and working to release blockages, attachments, entities, implants, shadows, and you try to embrace your spiritual gifts, you might experience some interference, some blocks and resistance. Now, some of it can come from your ego, right? And some of it can come from the external forces. They know who the starseeds are. They know what we're here to do, and they don't want that, because that means that they lose control of the planet. So it's important for you to remind yourself, like, don't give in to these forces, don't give in to the interference. Like, nothing is more powerful than you in your reality. You are a sovereign, integral, connected to source. You have an entire spiritual team all around you, supporting you. Light workers, such as myself and other light workers that are working tirelessly to help Earth liberate from this darkness. You are not alone. We honor you, we love you, and we thank you for being here, because brave souls make it into Earth. And when we enter the matrix, what my guides were showing me is that when we enter, the matrix is designed by the, let's say, the dark forces to wipe out our memories. We are supposed to remember our past lives. And over time, through genetic modification, slow poisoning, fluoride, and things like that, we have been deactivated in many sense. And so as you begin to go through this journey, this period of transformation, right, you're going to have physical symptoms, ascension symptoms, detoxing the heavy metal, the old DNAs from your body. You're going to need to do more grounding. You're going to need to have more time to yourself. And I hear this a lot from fellow light workers, is that they feel guilty for needing more time for themselves. This is the time when we're going into our cocoon of light. We're being zapped by light, being marinated by the goddess to become that butterfly. And so it's okay for us to feel a little bit more withdrawn from others. It also helps us discern, right? What is our personal truth? Help us see beyond the matrix and the matrix, right? Playing tricks on us. So now we are reclaiming our divine truth. It's just like riding a bike. When you ride a bike, there's wind, there's resistance, right? At times, but once you get to this place of alignment, the wind becomes less and less, and it even become more enjoyable. And so that's part of the journey. That's part of us here now, breaking the matrix. We need to save the children. We need to liberate us from these dark beings. We need to see through their tricks and their suppression agenda. The third message that I want to share with you today is that healing your Lemurian Atlantean lifetimes help you reactivate your 12 etheric DNA strands. DNA in itself is malleable. DNA in itself is one of the most precious resources in this galaxy. There are, if you go down to the rabbit hole, there is slavery, there is genetic materials being sold and traded in the galactic realm. And so don't feel bad that Earth is so dark. Like, we live in a duality universe. There's good and bad. And to be honest, 85% of the people out there, I believe, is good. So there's way more good than darkness out there. We just need to unite and find each other. And so that brings me to talk about that activation of your DNA light codes is when you heal, right, your Atlantean lifetimes. And I'll give some examples. A lot of us stayed behind in Atlantis when the water came. A lot of us, right, chanted when the continent sunk. A lot of us stayed back. A lot of us gave, our family away to safety, and we stayed back to do the spiritual work for the continent. There are some of us, like I've mentioned in my previous videos, in Lemuria, where we were invaded, we were killed, murdered, our crystal garden tainted, harvested, destroyed. We have lifetimes, for example, on Lyra, where we have battled these dark beings and lives were lost, injuries were caused, captured. We have these trauma within us. And if you feel that, well, okay, this is not it. This is not an inner child thing. This is not like, anything that I feel has to do with this life. If it has to go to beyond this life, you have to look into your Akash and see what is in there. What is being shown that needs to be healed. And when you release that, when you heal that, when you go into your Akashic temple with your higher self and your guides to heal that past life self, rather be your Lemurian self, your Atlantean or your Lyran self, it helps bring back that vibration of empowerment. It's important for us to feel frustrated about the system, because frustration is a higher vibration than feeling powerlessness to the system. It is when we raise the vibration or we feel frustrated and say, hey, something is not right. This is making me angry. I'm angry and I don't know why. It is this fire that transmutes and transforms when it's channeled in the right way. And so I feel that it's really important for us to dig deeper into our Lemurian and Atlantean past and to not only activate our spiritual gifts, but to heal some of these blockages that we might be carrying. And these I oftentimes notice that stems into the ancestral line as well. So I hope that sharing with you those 3 points help you understand why we want to heal our Atlantean and Lemurian self. And knowing that the technique how you want to do is connect, right, with your higher self, invoke your spiritual protection. You want to ask to travel into your healing temple. Some people call it the Akashic temple. It is basically a space in the higher realm where only you have access to, where your spiritual guides can be there to help you. And you ask your higher self to show you a Lemurian blockage that you're still carrying that can be healed, or show you an Atlantean blockage that can be healed. You might not have anything. You might be a very healed and pure soul, but some of us still gotta do our work. So, and it really does help. And sometimes quality over quantity. You don't need to find out every single lifetime to heal your entire Akashic records. You just need to find that one. And so with me, it's that Lemurian lifetime I've shared with you guys, where I was murdered and killed by a Reptilian. And I had fears about reptilians, and I didn't know why until I remember that lifetime. And I had to work through it. I'm getting much better now. So now I'm like, okay, I'm not as afraid now, so that I'm not giving my power away. I'm not afraid of them. I see them as who they are. I see them as part of the creator, but I don't have to agree with what they're doing. So by working with my Lemurian trauma, it really helps me stand stronger as a leader. It helps me embrace my gifts, and it helps me own my truth and my voice. And so I think that if all of us were able to just forgive our past and forgive what we have gone through in the past, we will feel much more liberated. And that liberation and empowerment on the spiritual realm is going to manifest in this physical realm. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things that we can do ourselves and the collective. So try out the technique in your own time. If you're brand new and if you need some support, I do offer private sessions where I can connect with your higher self and your guides and help you move through some of these blockages. I also want to empower you as well to believe in yourself and to trust in your own intuitive and spiritual abilities. I also have, if you're someone that like to do self-study, channel divine messages with spirit guides. In that course, I touch on healing the light body. We touch on connecting with your spirit guides. We have beautiful affirmations to help you raise your vibration. And I also have a guided meditation where I guide you into the healing temple to heal your multidimensional selves. So you can also check out the course as well. It's open for enrollment. You can find the links below and my booking calendar. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. And remember, we are beings of light. We are sovereign integrals, and we are here to create change. We're here to bring in light. Go out there and work your magic, sending you lots of love and lots of light. Bye.